Resolution 178-21 authorize the Office of the Mayor to enter an agreement with the State of Hawaii Department of Transportation pursuant to our revised statute section 46-7 for the Federal Transit Administration section 5309 capital grant. Allows for the receipt of $8,270 in federally derived funds, which would be used by the Mass Transit Agency for operational costs and to purchase 5 buses. Introduced Mr. Kylie Kleinfelder by request.
Thank you, Ms. Kimball.
Motion to approve resolution 178-21.
Moved by Ms. Kimball, seconded by Ms. Leloy. Ms. Kimball, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if we have anyone here who can
Mr.
speak.
Andoh.
Oh, okay, great. This was waived from committee, and because of timeliness, if you can come on up and tell us a little bit about what this is about.
Put your mic on, sir, right there. Yes.
Aloha and good morning to everybody. John Andoh, Interim Mass Transit Administrator. The county was successful in getting what is called the CRISA funding grant through the Section 5311 program, which could be used to fund our transit operations as well as the purchase of capital at a 100% federal share with no local match. As you know, we desperately do need to replace our assets, and this, by utilizing these funds, will help reduce the need for get funds that we need to subsidize operations, as well as provide the full 100% cost from the federal government to pay for these replacement buses. Since we got this MOA from the state, and recently we're requesting council approval so we can execute in short order to be able to implement these activities.
You, Acting Administrator, appreciate it. That's it, I yield.
Thank you. Anyone else? Ms. Leloy, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Andoh, for being here. Just got into office, and here you are before the council introducing a bill to add what I'm seeing is $8 million. Thank you so much for going to get that money. You mentioned that this provides no match.
No match whatsoever.
Again, music to my ears. But I do want to talk a little bit about what type of assets that this type of money can purchase.
So, under the regulations produced by the FTA, we can buy basically any capital asset that we need that supports our transit operations. We've, working with HDOT, determined that getting the transit buses was the most immediate need, so we can start building a fleet replacement plan and start having a better way of replacing our assets going forward into the future. And then also, as you know, we contract with Roberts Hawaii to operate the transit system. So using 4.5 million of that will allow us to continue to sustain services and then at least save some of our get to implement the actions of the master plan that we're looking to do on September 5th.
Great, thanks, Mr. Andoh. So half for the subsidies that we're providing with, or work we're doing with Roberts. Do you have a number as far as assets we can buy with the balance?
We're looking at 2 30-foot buses and 3 40-foot buses.
Okay.
And I am working, just as an FYI, working with finance so that we can do a term RFP, which will come to council to request approval, so that we can ultimately have a 5-year contract to buy 30, 35, and 40-foot buses. And with all of the grants that we've been getting, it'll allow us to purchase these buses quickly and be able to get them on the road to stop utilizing older donated assets.
Mr. Andoh, based on this and that vision, how quickly do you think we can begin to transition out of the aging fleet that we have and get some of these assets?
I'm working on a fleet replacement plan as we speak that will spell out with all of the grants that we receive how we're going to strategically replace those buses. And I'm also drafting that RFP as we speak, hoping to have all this done by September. I'm working fairly aggressive, as you can see, but I know the desperate need that we need to get out of this situation that we're in.
Great, thank you for that. And then maybe pushing you a little harder when we bring you before the council on August 17th, maybe you could share some of that with us.
I'll be happy to do so.
Great, thank you, Chair. I yield.
Thank you, Ms. Leloy. Mr. Richards, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, and thanks, Mr.